So as you were rolling out the ITT way, you really made a decision not to do it as a slogan or a campaign, but really to get leaders involved. You gave some real intentional thought to how do you get leaders out telling stories in the same way that's been so successful for you. And what did you do there? How did you go about that?
So we had what we called the Leadership Summit. We nominated 150 delegates from around the world, ITT employees, to come to this summit. And it was over maybe a 3-day period. And we said to these delegates, now we want you to go back and you're going to be the spokespeople for the ITT way. There's no better way to do that than to bring these people together, help them to not only hear it, but to feel it, to understand it, to do some exercises around how does this apply to me? How can I take it to my everyday life that I live? And how can I then roll it out to the people that I then work with? And then since then, we've kept track of and we've been talking to the people about how have you rolled it out? What have you done? And on a quarterly basis then, once a quarter, we all get on the phone together and I talk about the earnings of the company, I talk about how we're performing as a company, and then we'll get into some other specific things, topics of the day. But the point is that these delegates that we have is a group of people that we're consistently tracking with for them to continue to carry this message down into the company, because you can't lose the momentum. The other thing that we've done is in many of our communications that we have, we use the ITT way as the framework. It's become now our language as to how we talk about things. So we just had the strategic plan reviews for each one of the businesses. In those strategic plan reviews, they presented, along with the rest of 100 pages, they presented one page that was a synopsis that took the ITT way and said, this is the ITT way, and these are all the actions that you've just heard in our strategic roadmap and how it fits within the ITT way.
And it's very powerful to have a framework like that to connect the dots of all the activities people see every day.
You have to.
Sometimes we forget that when one is the recipient of all this, it looks like a bunch of stuff unless it's connected in some way.
It's true, because many times companies will just roll out initiatives. They keep rolling out initiatives. And you think about that as somebody on the receiving end, and you think about that, and if you can't connect it to something, it's not as powerful. And you don't give it as much substance as you would if you say, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I see how that connects to something.